Hey, welcome back, everyone. Mystics pregame. We got Cardell Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. The 10-9 Washington Mystics host the 14-7 Golden State Valkyries tonight at Care First Arena. The Valkyries are riding a 4-game win streak into DC. 3 of those 4 wins came against the Atlanta Dream during that streak. Washington is on a 2-game win streak, with the second of their 2 wins being an 81-76 win over that same Atlanta team. Injury report. Mystic Sonia Citron was listed as questionable earlier today. She has been downgraded to out for tonight's game. So there can be 2 back-to-back games without the services of Sonia Citron for the Mystics. The Valkyries have no injuries to report. So, Cardell, what does Washington have to do tonight to slow down the Golden State Valkyries and get their 3rd win in a row?
You said Sonya playing, right? No. Whew. I just had to confirm that once again. Even with Sonya, they got their hands full. They 3rd in the WNBA for a reason. I don't know, people have been paying attention to Valkyrie. They just came on sweeping the Atlanta Dream. Just swept them. Like, we ain't even at All-Star break and they got swept already. Like, they are a tenacious, ferocious, but smart team. They execute well on defense. They're first in points allowed. They only give up 78.1, and they're second in defensive rating, 103. At 103. They don't turn the ball over. They're first in the WNBA. They only average 10 turnovers a game. 6 in blocks, 4.3. 5th in offensive rebound, 9.1 a game. They're 15th in the WNBA in field goal percentage. They don't have the most talented of scorers, on their team. That's something the Mystics can try to exploit. They're going to have to be patient and efficient against the Valkyries defense. I'm talking about the Mystics. You can't just, like the mistakes that they made, like the 7 turnover quarter that they had to start the game the other night, that's not going to work against them. They're going to beat the hell out you. You got to be efficient. You got to take care of the ball. When there's a window to get the ball to your teammate in their prime scoring position, you need to hit it because it's going to close quickly. Everybody know about Veronica Burton, All-Star. When she's on her game, all WNBA caliber point guard. She made a hell of a leap last year. That goes without saying. One of the top floor generals in the game. But Janelle Salon and Gabby Williams, I don't know if people understand how potent they are on both ends of the floor. The best way I can describe it is for comparison's sake, if you had OG Anunoby and Scotty Barnes on the same team. That's what the Valkyries have. Gabby Williams leads the team with 16 points, 3.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.6 steals on 42. Like I said, they don't shoot the ball from the field well, but 42, but 36% from deep and 72% from the free throw line. So she's tenacious, she's tough, she's attacked. She may not score that layup, she's going to hit that free throw. If she's spotting up or on the move, she's going to hit the 3. That's how she make up for it. Veronica Burton, I just spoke about her, 12.6 points, 5.3 assists, 3.4 rebounds. Only turns the ball slightly under 2 a game. Shooting 39, 35, 81 splits. Again, efficient from 3, efficient from the free throw line. Starting to get a idea where I'm going with this. Salon, 12.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 40% from the field, 38% from deep, 80% from the free throw line. They have a number of ladies that can shoot from deep and shoot from the free throw line. So you have to be on the string defensively. You gotta cover a lot of ground. You can't make mistakes. You can't have defensive breakdowns because then their field goal percentage will go up in this game. And with the way they can shoot and shoot from the free throw line, it could be a headache, man. So you got to contain those 3. Tiffany Hayes, we already know what she is, even at, being 36 at her advance, say she's still a very productive point guard, 7.2 points per game, obviously 2.1 assists. She obviously knows how to play. You gotta keep her in check. 84% from the free throw line. Not the most efficient from the field and three-point range, but we know she's capable. Caitlin Chen, that's another one you got to keep an eye on. 6.4 points, but 54, 48, 73 splits. And I'm naming certain names because those are the names that can turn the game if you're not careful, because you're so focused on the bigger name players and the top scorers and all the top rebounders, the go-to players. Those are the players that usually Kayla throwing as well. Got to throw her in there. I can't. Cecilia Zandalicini, got to throw her in there. Those are three. Those three, like when they get in there, it's a problem. So they can go deep and within that bench. They hit threes galore. And they don't beat themselves. I mean, they don't turn the ball over. So you have to score when you have an opportunity to score because you're not going to get a second chance. And then they beat you on the offensive boards as well. I just touched on that. So you got to worry about second chance points. So they find ways to score even though they're not the most efficient offensive team. And their defense, they just it's like a python. They just anaconda. They just got you wrapped up, and it's just a matter of time before you quit and then you food. So also, this is the most glaring thing about them. And if you haven't watched their series against the Dream, especially the last game, then you really need to pay attention. They are masters at playing mind games. Masters. They're physical, which comes with being a good defensive team. But if they sense like certain things bother you, like maybe push you or slap you or get in your head, oh, they most certainly would do it. They're going to bait you into getting mad and aggravate and play out yourself and pick up cheap fouls so you can go out the game. And I think their coach encourages that. They're a master of the mind game. I don't mind that. To me, that's basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's part of being a basketball player. That's part of being professional. Some people don't like it. But, you know, I'm sure everybody saw the clip of where Angel did a swing through and homegirl, she fell back, even though Angel ain't hit her, but got called for the foul. And they're like, this is ridiculous. Alicia Gray was a little different. She got hit. She was ready to rumble. But Ryan ran her down and, cooler heads prevailed. But you saw in the interviews, all the rest are trash. I don't care if I get fined. They thrive off that. The Valkyries thrive off that. They're maybe not all of the mystics. There are a few mystics, Shakira, Kiki or two I'm thinking about that if it can get chippy, they're known for kind of reacting, but they got to be cool. They got to be cool because that's the one. Just laugh it off and just keep playing. Because especially when I'm showing you, if you get one of them out the game, it's going to be tough. And they need all hands on deck to try to continue this winning streak and beat another top-tier team and just continue to show the WNBA that they're growing up and that they're coming. So this is the real, for me, don't get me wrong, the Dream and Liberty, those are tests, but this right here, this is more of it's not even just a basketball test, it's a mental test. And we only going to know if they can pass it until after the game. We only will know when they know, and they got to prove it. And until they prove it, team's going to test it. And with them being so young, that's the thing you do. When you're a veteran team, you've been together, you understand what the ropes in the league, and you playing against a young team. You're a youngin'. I'm gonna try to you down there. I'm gonna try to keep you down there as long as possible before you grow up and become a problem for me and my teammates. And that's what the battle is tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a great point that you brought up. That's what makes them so damn difficult. It's more than just it's more than just basketball, where you have to fight them at. And one of the things where we'll learn, like you said, we'll learn a ton about Washington tonight. We've seen them grow little by little on previous tests to this point, but of the 7 losses that Golden State's have this year, 4 have been on the road. So it's on Washington. Like it's there because in Ball Hall or whatever, they turned it back to like the Warriors back at Oracle in there. They don't play. That's the type of issue they want. Your best chances to get them is when they're in your building, like for real. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see how they face this test. Because Golden State, they don't care how they get you out of there. Everything's in play. The job is to leave with a W.
Mm-hmm.
That's the job. All the stuff all that gray area stuff, which is what I love in pro sports, the teams that excel in that space, hey man, those are teams that usually win.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are also teams that are tough to knock out. So I can't wait to see how Washington does with tonight's test. Obviously, it's a little bit even bigger with Sonya not being available. But we'll see what it looks like. We'll check in with you guys afterwards in Wizards Outlook. Y'all enjoy the game.